Okay. In last session, I think I just have given the architect, explained about the architecture part, right? Okay, just a second. Yes. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So I just have given the introduction of the Snowflake, and I explained about the architecture part, right? Now today we'll try to understand how to create a Snowflake account, okay, and how to access that Snowflake account from different tools, and I'll try to like walk through you about the UI part, okay. Let's get into that one. So first we'll try to create an account, actually Snowflake trial account. Okay, for that you just need to type actually Snowflake trial in Google. Just type it now. Here, oh, observability also they started. Okay, that's fine. See here, you can see one URL here, https://signup.snowflake.com. If you know the URL directly, you can type it in the browser. That is also okay. Or you just type it in Google and try to navigate to this particular URL. Am I audible? Am I audible, guys? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you just need to click on this one, so that it will try to open the this one, like a home page of the Snowflake account creation. Now see here. Sorry, my bad. 1 second. Yeah. See, it is saying that start your 30-day free trial. Okay. Once you create a Snowflake account, actually trial account, the validity of that account is 30 days. Or maximum they will give you $400 worth of credit. Okay. Within these 30 days, if you are consuming this $400 worth of credits, right, then your account will be suspended. Or after 30 days of trial, like trial period, the account will be suspended. With the same email ID, you can create the one more trial account. Any number of times you can create it, no problem. Any number of times with the same email ID, you can create the Snowflake account. No problem. Okay. One more account you need to create. Okay, if you have done any work, right, you need to like export that work or commands into your local, and you can start using the same commands in the new trial version as well. That is also okay. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll just try to create a new account here. Sorry, I'll just try to mention here, create actually trial account here. Okay, so I'll mention here. So Siva. Okay. Last name, I'm just trying to mention here Kumar, and the company email. Company, instead of company email, what you guys can give is you can give anything actually. Gmail here, any Gmail ID you can give. Now I'm trying to give my office email, that is learning with datatech@gmail.com. Okay. So company name, anything you can give. Datatech. Let's say my role is data engineer. I'll try to. You can select anything, guys. There is no rule that you have to select only a specific role so that it will get created, account will get created. No, it's not like that. Any role we can create. Just they are just tracking here, which role people are actually trying to create this free trial account. Backend they are trying to track the data. Okay, so you're in United States. That's okay. Click on continue. Now see, the moment you click on continue here, it is asking edition actually. Okay, which edition you wanted to select here. Okay, I did not discuss about in the demo class about these editions. Okay, whenever you try to create a Snowflake account, you will get these kind of editions. Actually, one more edition is also there. That is, mm, what is that? What is that other edition? People who attended the class, tell me. I forgot that. I'm not able to recollect that. What is that?
Do that.
Sorry. Sorry, my bad guess. 1 second, 1 second. Snowflake editions. Go on mute, please. Okay, sorry. So Snowflake editions, you can see here, standard edition, enterprise edition, business critical. These are the generally you can see the edition names there. And the last one is virtual private VPS edition. We call it as a short form. We call it as a VPS edition. Okay, I told you already everything you need to refer the documentation only. Even now also I'm referring the documentation only here. So you cannot create a free trial account with this edition because it's a private backend. They are going to give private servers and all here. So that is the reason why they don't allow you to create the trial edition with this trial account with this one. That's okay. We'll try to explore with the other editions here. Okay, out of these three, which one I need to select, Shiva? Okay, standard don't select here. Please do not select the standard one because they'll give only the limited features here. Okay, you can select either enterprise or business critical. Any of the thing is okay. Okay, mostly our real-time accounts are also enterprise accounts only. Okay, in some projects they will try to create with the business critical, but no project I've seen so far which is created with standard edition. No project. I worked in project where the edition was enterprise. I worked in a project where the edition was actually business critical. The only difference between enterprise and business critical is in the business critical actually the response time is more, and one more thing is you can have enhanced additional security. You can implement additional security in this edition actually. So just for practice purpose, this is not required at this point of time. Or if you want to go ahead and select the highest edition, that's okay. That's okay, no problem. Nobody will stop you. But there is no cost difference here at this point of time. That's okay. You can go ahead and select the business critical. Okay. And I was mentioning you in the last session clearly, Snowflake does not have any dedicated data center in the backend. I told you already that point. So they had to depend on actually either Azure or AWS or GCP cloud for computing and storage purpose case. For compute power and storage. To store the data, they don't have dedicated data center. They have to depend on the public clouds. So which public cloud you wanted to select here? That's okay. I'll go with the Azure here. I'll go with the Azure. Anything is okay. Or I'll go with the AWS here. That's okay. No problem. Let's go with the AWS for now. Next time when we create, right, we'll select the Azure part one. Okay. Now let me try to click on gets okay. And once you create the cloud provider, right, you need to choose actually the nearest region for your location. So for my location, the nearest is Virginia. That's okay. Automatically it got selected. By default, they'll based on your location, they'll try to select your edition guys here. Okay, because I'm based out of New Jersey, so Virginia is the nearest location for me. It is my neighboring state only. Okay, now let me click on get started. Now let me click on this one. So get started here. Now they started asking some question here. You can skip those questions, or if you want to answer those questions, you can answer it. No problem here. I'm simply skipping it. Okay, see here, you're signed up, and your an email to activate your account has been sent to the given Gmail ID. Okay, now let me go and check my Gmail here. Now let me refresh my Gmail. Now see what is happening here. Now let me refresh the whole page. Now now let me refresh once again. Sometimes you will get that email to the promotions and social also. No, I don't think so. We got that. Even spam also, we don't have that. Now let me refresh case one second. You're signed up and an email to activate your account has been sent to learningwithdatatech@gmail.com. It may take few minutes to arrive. Come on, come on, come on. Generally, it won't take this much of time, guys. Immediately we'll get actually. Come on. Oh. Just hold on. Just hold on, guys. Once account is created, right, I can show you the UI part as well. Now we got, I think. Yeah, we got it now. Yeah, see, just now we got it. Generally, it won't take this much of time, but somehow this one took a few seconds. That's okay. Now let me click on this one. Hmm. As soon as you get the email, right, you first, the first and foremost step, what you guys have to do is you try to save this particular URL in the notepad. You try to store it, store it in a notepad. Hmm. Store it because we are going to use this URL later, not now. That's okay, fine. I saved it. See, that's what they are trying to say here. Save this one for later. Save this URL for later. I'll tell you the use of this one later. Okay. Now, after you do that, you click on here, click to activate so that your account will be activated. Now, account activated means back end they'll try to assign some username and password so that you can start logging into that one. Okay. Now they started asking, hey, what is that username you wanted to give here? I'm trying to give you my username as Siva here. My password is actually, let's say I'm giving here welcome at the rate 123 or any password you can give. Okay, welcome at the rate 123. And you need to confirm the same password, W capital here. Remember this password, I'll ask you. I have bad memory. Now let's get started here. Now close this one. Passwords, I don't want to check anything here. Yeah. So this is the UI part actually. Okay. See, you can see here app.snowflake.com. This is the ID actually, your account ID and slash homepage. This is the URL currently. Or if at all, if you want to log in with the same URL, if you want to log in next time, right? Like you can log in that like that. Or if at all in some other browser, right? Let's say I'm trying to open this browser here. I'm trying to paste it here, this one. You can, it will start asking the questions here. Hey, what is that username? What is that password here? And you can click on this sign in here and you can log in into that account. For that reason only, I've asked you to store this. Okay, fine. No problem with that. Okay, now let me try to go there. This is the, like I can say, UI part. See, I told you, right? They'll give by default $400 worth of credit here and 30 days of trial period. That's what they've given here. Now, what do we do with this one, Siva, here? Now, what we have to do is we have to start creating actually our in the trial book, in the trial also they started giving actually this like notebooks. This is recently implemented, guys. Actually, this is a new feature of Snowflake because Snowflake is a competitor for the Databricks. So Databricks is basically completely based out of notebook based actually UI. So that is the reason why they wanted to bring it up that kind of UI here. So they started like implementing the same thing here. Okay, I'll try to discuss this one also. Okay. Generally, we use Snowpark commands in this particular notebooks. You can happily start writing that one. Okay, you can integrate with the Git also here. Okay, now I don't want to touch that one here. What I will do is I'll try to create a worksheet here. Okay, normal worksheet, SQL worksheet. Okay. Now, the moment I click on that one, in the trial account, actually, you have got two databases. Left side, you can see two databases. And one is having actually one symbol like database symbol, and that too some share symbol is there. And here you can see some like a cap symbol kind of thing here. Now, Siva, what is this actually? These symbols are called as. This is completely administration database. This is shared database. That is the reason why you can see the share symbol here. Okay, I don't want to use them actually. Or if at all, if you want to use them, you can go ahead and use that one. This is a sample data that they've given with the free trial account. And if you expand this one, right, by default, like you can see here, information schema, TP, CDS, SF 100 TCL, 10 TCL, SF1, 10, 100, 1000 like that, right? This SF is nothing but scaling factor. What is the scaling factor is? If you expand this one, right, you can see some tables here. Customer, line item, nation, orders, part supplier, and the region supplier. Like that, we have like some tables are there. Okay, if I hover on my mouse onto the table, right, customer table, right, how many records you're able to see here? 150K, right? 150K, right? If I expand this TPCH SF10, you will see exactly multiplied by 10 records, number of records. 150K into 10, 1.5 million or not. See, if at all, if you want to play with more data, like if at all, if you want to check the functionality or performance functionality of the Snowflake and all, if you want to play with the more data, huge volume of data, then use these like schemas and try to use these tables. If you want to do small POC, if you want to play with the data, then use these tables. That's up to you. Okay. Here also they have given some tables actually. If you expand this one, call center, blah, 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 many tables are there. You can play with them if you want. We will try to play with them whenever we get into the actual topic. That's okay. Okay, but we don't use this one here to create our tables and all. We'll try to create actually a new table or new database actually, not new table. New database we are going to create it. Okay. Uh, okay. Before I go ahead and create that particular database, remember one thing. Let me try to like explain the other the parts as well here. Okay. You can see this is, I'm trying to explain the notebook, sorry, the SQL worksheet UI part, guys, first, not the actual UI. In the actual UI, you can see all these options. I'm trying to explain about the notebook UI. Sorry, my bad. I'm habituated to these Databricks, so keep on using the notebooks. I'm sorry for that. I'm trying to use actually
Worksheet.
worksheet related UI here. Okay, so in the worksheet, in your real time also, 90% of the work you're going to do here only. That is the reason first I'm focusing here. Later I'll try to get into this home page. Okay. Now here, if at all, if you want to select any particular database, right, you can select it. And if you want to select any particular schema, right? See guys, remember the prime object or the topmost object in database in Snowflake is database actually. Okay. One database can have any number of schemas. One schema can have any number of objects or any number of tables, I can say. See, this is your regular database notation only. This is not a new concept in Snowflake. Okay. Now what I will do is I'm trying to select that particular database here, schema here. Okay. In the settings, you don't need to select anything. If at all, if you want to highlight any of the queries, right, you can highlight it. No problem. I will not select anything here. And you can see here, you can see account admin by default here, because when you create a trial account, by default role that is assigned to your account is account admin. But we never ever use this account admin role for practicing. We have to use other roles. Other roles, that too we have to use sysadmin only. Okay. And observe one more thing. Whenever the account admin is selected, you can see here compute underscore warehouse, that too extra small. X small is nothing but extra small. Okay. What is this one is? I told you already in the demo class. In the second layer, we have virtual warehouses, right? Now this is nothing but your virtual warehouse. Whenever you write some query, right? Select star from customer, select star from sales. Then if you want to execute that query, you need to have some compute power, right? You need to have some execution engine in the backend, right? That execution engine or hardware is nothing but a compute warehouse. Is nothing but a virtual warehouse. That virtual warehouse name is compute underscore warehouse. You can give any name there, no problem. But by default, they give this name actually. And that too, the size of this particular one is actually extra small. If at all, if you want to use any other like a size, right, you can use that one. Currently, I'm using only extra small. I'll tell you the sizes also later. Okay, like slowly, I told you, right, recently they introduced actually notebooks also. If you want to execute notebooks, actually, they have given separate compute power here. Separate compute power because in that compute power, Spark also has to be included, right? That is the reason why they've given separate notebook, separate compute power here. Because for executing normal query, Spark is not required. But if at all, if you want to execute notebook, Spark is required actually. What is the Spark, Siva? I'll talk about that one later. I'm telling you already, not only in this batch actually, in every batch, I've been telling the same point here. Spark also is becoming a crucial in data engineering part. If you know SQL, Spark is damn easy. If you know SQL and Python, especially that combination, Spark is damn easy. Okay? Okay, anyway, I'll talk about that one later. Now, compute warehouse is extra small for now. That's okay. We'll talk about the sizes later. Now, what I will do is to create the database, actually, we have to use sysadmin. I'll tell you why we are not supposed to use the account admin. You'll understand it later, not now. Okay, the moment I select sysadmin here, I don't see the warehouse here because sysadmin role, this is role actually. Sysadmin role does not have access to any of the compute power. Only account admin has access to the compute power. So what I have to do is I have to I have to give access to sysadmin role to use that particular compute power. Now, how do we give that one? Don't worry what command I'm writing here. You will understand all these commands in the course. Don't worry. Just try to observe what I'm trying to do here. Okay, you don't need to by heart anything here. Just it's a plain English language only. Okay. Now what I'll do is grant grant. Okay, what access I wanted to give on to the sysadmin is usage access. Grant usage on warehouse. On what? On warehouse. On which warehouse actually? What is that warehouse name? Compute underscore warehouse. Okay. To whom you wanted to give actually? To role. To which role actually you wanted to give actually? Sys. Sys admin. This is the command you need to write it. You guys also please try to write this command only. Okay. Now let me try to execute this one here. Okay. Statement executed successfully. That means my account admin role has given access to the sysadmin on this computer power to use that one actually. Okay, now let me try to use this sysadmin role now here. Now the moment you use that one, I can able to see the compute warehouse also here. Yes, I can select that one here. Now you start creating the database here. You start creating the database. Okay. Now what I will do is I'll try to create a database like this. Create database, your database name. Okay. What I will do is B8, okay, or data tech DB also you can create here. Data underscore tech underscore DB. This is what I wanted to create. You can give any name here, no problem. CivaDB you can create, RamaDB also you can create anything here. But make sure that you're creating the database only with the sysadmin role. Okay, that is only the point you need to remember, guys. Okay, now what I will do is it is not reflecting left side, right? You can see the refresh symbol here. So refresh that so that you will be able to see the actual database. Yes, I'm able to see that. If I expand this one, what you're able to see here, information schema and public schema. When you create a database, by default, these two schemas got created. This is also one of the interview question. When you create a database, what are all the default schemas it is going to create? Snowflake is going to create information schema and public schema. Okay. Public is a generic schema only. Nothing is there in that one. But if you expand the information schema, actually, you can see some views. These are all system views, I can say. Snowflake is going to utilize these systems, actually. These views actually in the backend. Even we can also query these views actually. Okay. I don't know how many of you from the Oracle background. If at all, if you want to see all the tables in a database, generally, what is that query you write it? Select star from R underscore tables. If you want to see all the columns, select star from all underscore columns. Correct? In the same way here also, these views will helpful for us. Whenever you create a table or something, some object in the database, right? That entire metadata will be tracked by this information schema. The, that means all the object related metadata is maintained or held by information schema. This is damn important schema. You cannot drop that one, you cannot create that one, of course. If you drop the entire database, of course, this one also will drop. But you cannot drop it explicitly. That's okay. You're not supposed to do also. That's okay. Now, next. Shiva, I don't want to use that public schema. I wanted to create some other schema here. Okay, how to create that schema? Create schema. What is the schema? Let's say I'm creating anything here, test schema or Shiva schema, anything if you want, you can create it. Okay, test schema I'm creating here. Just refresh it here and see I'm able to create this schema here. Now you can start creating the tables and start playing with that one. Now let's say like I wanted to create a table actually. Just like your normal traditional database only guys actually. You don't need to do anything, any special thing here. Now let me try to take this syntax from here. Now how you create it normally in the traditional databases, right? In the same way you can write it here. Okay, now let me try to create uh, the data types are also similar to your Oracle data types case. Mostly your Snowflake follows actually Oracle data types or Oracle syntaxes, I would say. But that doesn't mean that you have to be an expert in Oracle to become an expert in Snowflake. If you're good at one SQL, then almost all the SQLs follows the same syntaxes. 90% it will be same. Okay. Now here also I'm trying to use create or replace. Generally we will use here create or replace, create or if not exist also we can use. Okay, create, okay, I'll try to have it here to this syntax actually, create table, if not exists. This is what I'm going to use. If the table is not there, if the table is not there, you try to create it. Otherwise, don't do that. Don't touch that. Okay, this is the column name. This is the data type of that one. This is scale and precision. And this is the constraint on top of the column, not null constraint. That means employee number should not be a null value. So other columns are not having any constraint. Those column values can be nullable actually. Okay, now let me try to execute this one and see what if at all if you want to execute something from the keyboard, control enter, or you have run button here. You can click on this one also. Okay, now put your cursor on the command and try to execute that. And please start have it. Okay, maximum number it will take actually 38 digits only here in Snowflake. That is the reason why I've taken here actually the Oracle syntax. That is the reason why it was throwing error. 38 is the maximum number that you can mention here in the data type. That was the reason actually it was throwing error. That's okay. I'll try to create this one with 38. See, employee table got created here. Now let me refresh this one and see that if I expand the test schema, if I expand the tables, I can see the employee table. It was created actually just a moment ago. Okay, now if you want to query this particular table, right? Like what do we need to do is select star from EMP table, just like your SQL only, normal SQL only. Nothing to do here, nothing special here. Okay, now execute this one, select star from EMP, execute this one, nothing, no data is there here. Now, when you do select star from table, back and who is executing your query actually? Come on, anybody help me?
Virtual warehouse.
Yes, exactly. Your virtual warehouse is executing that one. Remember that. Anyway, we'll get into that virtual warehouse concept very deeply once we complete the data loading part. Okay. You can see here the query duration, how long it ran, and how many rows it has fetched, and what is the query ID. I'll talk about this query ID also. Like you'll understand it later. At what time the query has completed and how much memory it has scanned in the backend. What is that role it has executed the query, and what is that warehouse it has used. Multiple warehouses we will be creating, guys, going forward. Now, which warehouse out of all those things, which warehouse has executed this command? That's what it is trying to give here. Okay, everything related to your query it has given here. Okay. If at all, if you want to download something, right, we can download the results actually. Or if at all, if you want to stats, if you want to hide that one, you can hide that stats. If at all, if you want to see the query history, query history means, oh, who executed that particular query, and those things you can able to see. Little bit more information, I would say, compared here. Okay, I'll talk about this one later when we get into the cache topic and all, not at this point of time. Okay. If you want to have both, actually, okay, now anyway, disabled because no results. We did not get any results here. Okay. I'll talk about this one once we insert some data into this one. Okay. Now, results, if at all, if you want to uh, do that one, I mean, hide that one, you can get that one actually. One second. Okay. If at all, if you want to get that back, right, you can open the, it's gone. It's gone. One second. Okay, now you can click on any of this thing. Open the results here. Then you can see here left down. You can see here slide bar here. You can click on any of the thing here so that it will open up again the results part. Okay. On top of that one, if you want to see any chart on top of the results, actually you can see that one. Generally, we don't use these things. Results only will be selected automatically here. Okay, that's okay. Fine here. No problem. Now you understood here the worksheets and the if you want to see the worksheets related to your project, right? You can expand, you can create the folder and you can start like creating the worksheets here. And you can save them also physically in the backend. Okay, they'll get saved automatically. You don't need to save explicitly. You can create, if you want to see some predefined worksheets, right? You can go and check here. Okay. This is about actually the UI of the worksheet, I can say. Any questions here? I'm not done. I'm not done. I've just explained the UI part of this one actually.
Yeah, Shiva. While we are creating any database, you're saying that it will create automatically two schemas, right? One is information schema and is public.
Exactly.
So in the information schema, we have some details like how many tables are there in that database, how many
Database,
columns
correct.
are there in that particular. What is the use of that public schema? We don't have any information in that, right? Why it is creating unnecessarily?
No, that's a default scheme actually. Even if you don't have anything, by default they have to create it, right? Simply if you do select star from this particular schema, right, view, right, any of the view, right, let's say if I expand, sorry, not this one, if I expand this one, if I expand this one, if I expand this one, if I see tables is there somewhere, where is that tables? Yeah, tables, this one. Now if you select star from, what you can do is you can give the double click on the object name so that it will be automatically copied into the fully qualified name will come into the worksheet actually. Put comma here and try to execute this particular one. Currently, like if you want to know what are all the tables created under the database, right? You can happily see that one here. See all these things in the created in the backend. All these are tables only in the backend indirectly. See,
And
EMP
about
is
information schema we are using, right? We are not using any public schema here. That's my
no, we are not
question.
using the public schema. Okay, you are saying that what is the use of public schema?
Yeah, correct. Why it is
Okay, okay,
creating
okay. If
unnecessary
you don't
constraint.
create this test schema, right? If you want to play with something, some data, right? You can use the public also, no problem with that one. See, generally they have given that one to create some objects. There is no special reason or special permission for reason for that.
Okay, sure.
But
And one more
but
thing here, if
we
we
can't
observe the
rename
symbols,
this.
You can
yeah,
rename.
sorry.
You can rename the schemas.
I mean, in public, we can't rename, right?
I never checked that one. If you want, I can check that one here. Okay. I will check that one later. Yeah. First, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, Shiva, in the left side, in the data tech TB, it is beside that, it is showing database symbol, right?
Yeah,
So
correct.
under that, schemas are showing some two dashes like that. So what
Correct.
is this snowflake? Beside the snowflake, one symbol is there, right? What is that symbol?
This one, no?
Here. Snowflake. Yeah, that.
This is
What is that
administration
symbol?
one. That's what I was telling. This symbol is actually administration one. I'll talk about that one also. No worries.
Administration. Oh,
Only admins can access this particular database, no other person, because here you can see all admin related tables are like monitoring things only here.
correct. And one more
Okay.
thing, Shiva, last one. Yeah. If any table we want to access, then we need to mention that database name, then schema name, then table name,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Best
But here
practices
you
to
have directly select star from EMP, but you got the result. How it got
how come?
without?
Because
Yeah.
my worksheet is actually pointing to this particular database and this particular schema.
Okay.
That is the
Okay.
reason why without database and without schema name, I'm able to query that actually. But
Okay.
generally, the best practice is to mention the fully qualified name. That's what we do in real time as well. Mostly we do like that.
Thanks, Shiva. Got it.
Okay. Okay. So that is about the UI part. Okay. Now let's get into the left side part here. And what are all the things they've given? We'll try to understand one by one here. So search, nothing is there. If at all, if you want to search something in the documentation or like something right in the marketplace, you can go ahead and search it actually. Let's say if I don't know anything about the virtual warehouses, right? You can happily search it here. Virtual warehouses. Okay. So that it will navigate to the documentation. If you want to search it in the documentation, right? It will navigate to the documentation, like wherever that topic is there. Or if at all, if you want to see something else, right? You can go on and check that here. We don't use it regularly. That's okay. No problem with that. Now, left side, you can see projects. Under the projects, actually, worksheets, notebooks, Streamlit, dashboards, and app packages are there. Mostly for data engineering purpose, actually, we use worksheets and notebooks. Notebooks is a new feature, guys. Recently, I would say hardly like in 1 month back, I can say 1 to 2 months back only, they introduced this notebook concept. 1 to 2 months back only. Okay, because they wanted to like introduce the interactive coding model, coding approach actually. That is the reason why they started this notebooks concept as well. Okay. And 1 year back, they introduced the Streamlit also. Streamlit is nothing but it's a open source Python package. If at all, if you want to build some application, right, you can build that one with the Streamlit. Okay. If you want to build that one, any data science related or any UI kind of thing, any like a reporting kind of UI, if you want to build, right, you can build it happily with the open source Python package. Okay, I'm not going to discuss about this one because I'm not aware of this one completely, to be frank. Now, left side, I can say dashboards. Currently, if at all, if you want to create any here in Snowflake, actually, you can create small dashboards, guys. Actually, small dashboards means in reporting tool, we generally create like employee wise salary, like a pie chart and bar chart like that, right? Same thing we can go ahead and create in Snowflake, but only small charts or small bars only. I mean, reports only we can build here actually. Okay, so I'll try to like discuss about this one also once we get into the actual topics. Okay, and application packages, if at all, if you want to deploy something, right, you can access everything from here. Okay. Next, coming to the data, mostly we use this data only. You know already, if at all, if you want to navigate something from the database, right, you can use the databases here. And if at all, if you want to add data, right, so recently they've given this option as well. If at all, if you want to add like load the data into the table, or if at all, if you want to load the data from the S3 bucket, or if you want to load the data from the GCP, or if at all, if you want to load the data from MySQL, the connectors like they started recently actually. This is very beautiful thing. Like they started like in the recently with the Snowflake. Okay, previously Snowflake was not able to connect to the any of the databases, but now they started connecting to the other databases as well. Unfortunately, we don't have direct connector for the Oracle and the SQL Server, but they started with the open source connectors actually. MySQL is an open source and the PostgreSQL is a open source one. Since Oracle and SQL Server are the paid ones actually, they did not create that one. So since ServiceNow is also, I mean, I don't know why they have created the ServiceNow directly here. ServiceNow is also one of the partner in the commercial partner in the Snowflake. That is the reason why they could have created the ServiceNow connector here. Okay, that's what my assumption actually here. Okay, and you guys know, like, if at all, if you want to directly load the data into the table, right, into any of the database or something, you can happily use these options here. Even these options also recently introduced. If you want to see more connector site, you can see that one here. Recently, what are all the new connectors like you got, right? You can see all those things here. You can connect to the Matillion easily. You can connect to the Omnata. You can connect to the Google Sheets. You can connect to the Facebook directly. Sorry, Airbyte. You can connect to the data quality control application for like some third-party applications created by KIPA.a. So all these things you can connect it actually. But mostly used one actually, the database connectivity, you can use it. Okay, database related, if you want to check right, you can check left side based on your requirement. Okay, here everything is selected here. If at all, if you want to check the only free ones, right, you can check it actually. These are all the free, you can access the data from free from their connectors actually. Okay, you see here, the Postgres is an open source one. So Kafka connector is also open source one actually. Okay, if at all, if you want to connect to the HubSpot, right, you can connect it. See, this is created by Nimbus Intelligence Company. That is the reason why they kept their name here actually. They dedicated it to Snowflake. They made it public actually. Public means they have hand over it to the like Snowflake, so that anybody wanted to use the HubSpot data into the like Snowflake, right? They can use this connector directly. Okay. See Postgres and all, and the other things also you can see here. Okay. That is about that mark data here. One second, guys. Yeah, data and add data part. This is about the add data part. Okay. Now left side, data products. Data products means I told you, right? Snowflake is actually we can use. I mean, you can use if at all if you want to use any AML products which are created by the third parties or Snowflake, right? You can go ahead and like start using them here. Okay, this is just kind of a marketplace. If at all if you want to purchase any like connector and all, right, you can happily use this particular one. Paid connectors are also there, or free connectors are also there here. Okay, you can use them happily here, whatever you want. Or if at all if you want to access some data, right, from some third party companies, right, let's say if you want to access the weather data from the companies who are providing the weather information, you can go ahead and click on this one. You can start like consuming the data from them. Or in any other application, if you want to access, you can come and check here. Okay. This sharing is actually apps we don't use at this point of time. I told you, right, if at all if you want to build some applications, right, using Streamlit, right, you can deploy that applications, you can browse that applications here. Okay. And the sharing part I'll discuss once I get into the sharing concept actually. I'm going to have dedicated session for only for sharing like topic. Okay. And if you are from the AML background, right, you can go ahead and use the AML related things here. Directly, you can execute the machine learning algorithms here. Or if at all, if you want to use this Cortex AI, right, you can go ahead and use this one, LLM search. That is generative AI related thing one. Okay, if you want to use that one, you can code and use that one actually. Okay, monitoring. Like I told you, right? If at all, if you want to see some query history and all, right, you can see the query history. But anyway, I'm going to discuss this one once you get into the actual topics. Left side, you can see copy history. Copy history is nothing but employee table, which copy command has actually loaded the data into the copy employee table. All those things you can see here. Once we get into the topic, we'll understand this. So, the task history also will discuss into the in the actual concepts, and dynamic tables also I'll discuss later. Traces and logs also I'll discuss later. Trust center, even I'm not sure what is this trust center. Recently we got that. I'll explore this one, guys. I don't know what is this trust center meaning. Okay. And governance, anyway, this is known thing only. If at all, if you want to implement any data governance rules, right, you can implement that one here. So what are all the calls you actually masking, like a masking policy you applied, and what are all the tables actually you masked? All those things you can able to see here. Okay. Governance also you can happily manage it separately here. Okay. And if at all, if you want to do any admin related activities, right, you can use all these options here. Mostly we'll try to use all these options in our course. Don't worry. Okay. This is about UI part, guys. See, one by one, as we move on, as you move on, you'll slowly understand one by one option here. Don't worry. Except AML related thing, I'm going to, what are all the things we generally use it in data engineering? I'm going to discuss all those things. Okay. Any question so far?
Uh, if we want to promote the code from lower to higher environments, what could be the, I mean, ideally, how we will promote?
So we don't have any CA/CD connector for Snowflake, guys. Actually, you have to use the third-party libraries actually, which are open source libraries are there. Or if you want to integrate this one with the Azure DevOps, actually, you can integrate with easily. Or you can use happily the third-party Python libraries are there. You can use them and you can migrate that code to the higher environments. Okay, I'll try to show you that one as well for your batch if time permits. Mostly I'm planning to show that, but I'm not sure whether time is going to permit or not.
Somehow I heard in the demo or somewhere like something GitHub integrate, and is there any that way will help?
Yeah. I'm going to discuss that on.
Okay.
We can integrate easily with the this one Azure DevOps. So they could have like introduced that CSCD as well, but somehow they brought up that the concept to the notebooks directly, not to the normal ones, normal tables and all.
Ideally, this worksheet you told 90% we will use worksheet only.
Worksheets only, yeah.
This UI, this front end, this part, ideally, what kind of scenario mostly will go? Like mostly admin activities kind of scenario will go, or how it will be?
I mean, in this course you're asking, or
I mean, not in course point of that.
okay, in the real time.
Yeah, in general.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, as a
No, we
developer,
see
we use
two things are there. In some projects, actually, dedicated admins people are there. They are going to take care of all your admin activities. In some projects, actually, if it is a small project or if it is a like a small company where you need to do everything end to end by the developers, there you're going to do admin activities and the development activities also. That depends on the project scope and the project architecture, I would say. Okay, since you are the data engineer, right? Mostly, I would say that you're going to deal with the data engineering stuff only, not the admin activities. Mostly. Okay.
So, like, I had one Like,
Hmm.
what are the day-to-day activities of the Snowflake developer in general?
In general, okay. So in the market, actually, Snowflake will be used as a database or data warehouse, I would say. Okay, mostly we are going to use as a data warehouse. Now, I told you the ETL architecture, right? Once again, I'll try to open that one. Let me open the PPT here. Just a second, guys. Shiva Snowflake, yeah. Mm. Mm. Now, see, again, that depends on the project, I would say. Okay, what we will do is, mostly this is the data engineering role, guys. Actually, we do in real time, actually. Okay, we extract the data from the different sources and we load it into, I mean, we use any of the ETL tool, like I would say, and we load the data into the data warehouse that is into Snowflake. On top of that one, we build the data marts and we give that data marts to the reporting team, or directly you can give this EDW to the reporting team as well. Anything is okay. Okay. See, this ETL part is there, right? If you have dedicated ETL in your project, let's say ADF or your Informatica IACS is there, okay, or Glue is there, or something else like your mm, what is that? Aditya, you used to teach, right? What is that?
Abhinisho is there.
Abhinisha is an
Qualtrics,
on-premise one, right?
Qualtrics,
Cloud, I would say.
Yeah.
Qualtrics.
Alteryx is there. So all cloud-based
ODA.
ODI we don't use here. Snowflake connector is not there directly on-premise. I mean, I'm talking about all the cloud-based ETL tools, I can say. Mostly it is supported. See, nowadays on-premise like ETL tools, no one is using. Cloud-based ETL tools, mostly most of the companies are using. I'm sorry. Okay. If you have dedicated ETL in your project here in this place, okay, we extract the data and we build the pipelines in the ETL. We build the pipelines. Okay. We transform the data within the ETL tool and we load the data finally into the Snowflake. That means you need to have at least one ETL tool knowledge to become a data engineer. That is where I was telling you in the demo. I'm going to teach ADF as well, but not directly. I'm going to share the videos. But I will allow you, if not videos, I will allow you to attend the Azure Data Engineering batch as well. When I start that one, anything is okay. That is where I was explaining about the ADF, Azure Data Factory. Okay. Or if you don't have any ETL here, let's say some third-party extraction tool is there only for extraction, and you're getting the data into the Snowflake raw layer. And from there, if you want to do the transformations and all, right, you are going to use the Snowflake stored procedures, and you are going to use Snowflake streams and tasks and all other like concepts in Snowflake, and you're finally transform the data and load it into Snowflake only again. Only for the extraction purpose, we use some other tool. Transformation and loading we do with the help of Snowflake only. I told you right already, Snowflake can be used as semi-ETL tool. Now here, Snowflake is acting as a semi-ETL tool, I can say. These are all the activities we do in real time, day-to-day activities, I can say. We have to build the pipelines. We have to load the data from the different sources, I can say. We have to build the pipelines on top of that one. We have to load the data into the target table, and we have to expose that data to the reporting team or downstream or business users directly.
What about data migration projects like Oracle to Snowflake or Teradata to Snowflake?
Mhm.
Like what kind of approach we will go?
If you want, you can use any of the third party tools to migrate the data, or if at all, if you want to build any programming based framework, right, you can build and you can migrate the data into the Snowflake happily, no problem. Because Python, if you take Python is a like a middleware right here between the on-premise databases and the Snowflake. Python can talk to the Oracle, Python can talk to the Snowflake as well. So you can build a framework here and you can start exporting the data from the Oracle to Snowflake, the old historical data. And on top, like once you migrate the existing data, right, you can use any of the ETL tool and start like uh, loading that data, the incremental data into the Snowflake from there onwards.
But metadata we need to create manually, right? All the structures,
No,
tables.
your framework will take care of that one, right?
Oh, even metadata. Okay.
We have done the same thing in one of the project. We built one framework actually in our company, and we did the same thing, and we demonstrated the same tool, same like framework to the client, and they agreed for that, and we migrated the data using that tool only.
Okay.
The metadata will migrate all the schema level at the time, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I do see in IDMC like the data synchronization, replication kind of.
See, some third-party tools are also there, guys. Actually, let's say some replicas are there. What do I say? Some tools are there. Once again, I'll tell you that. Fivetran is the best example for them to migrate that historical data. That is the famous one, I would say. And apart from that, we have one replica tool is there. I forgot that name at this point of time. I'll tell you tomorrow. Remind me. I'll definitely tell you that tool name. One of my friend is also using that tool actually.
Yeah, the problem is there are some kind of sensitive data. If we are going with the third party, right? Business will say like there could be some conflicts, right? Like all this. That scenario we
See,
can't go.
they will consider all those things and they'll select the tool.
Yeah, if that is the case, okay. If they
See,
are okay.
they have to take care of all those things, yes. Of course.
So, where does this DBT come under picture?
So good question. Once I told you, right, without ETL tool, let's say you're using one ETL tool only for the extraction purpose and you're loading the data into that raw layer, right? And after that, generally to do the transformations and all, we can use the Snowflake stored procedures itself. But without creating the Snowflake stored procedures, we can use the DBT tool to transform the data easily. DBT is damn easy if you understand it. That tool will be used to transform the data from one schema to another schema. From one layer to another layer, I would say. From raw to stage to master. It will come here only. After extraction, your ETL will extract the data and it will try to keep it in raw layer. From there, your DBT will come into picture to do the transformations.
So
Within the
DBT,
DBT.
is it also a ETL tool? Or?
No, it's a transformation tool, I can say. It's a transformation tool. Not ETL tool.
So, in
what is DBT?
Have a knowledge about any ETL tool like ADF or Glue, then Snowflake, then DBT, right?
Yes, DBT anyway I'm going to teach as part of this course, no worries. As part of this course, I'm going to teach the ADF also. I mean, not directly, indirectly, okay, by sharing the videos, so that you can become a master in. See, if you are good at one ETL tool, then you'll be good with all the ETL tools. Pretty much 90% of the concepts will be same in all the ETL tools. Only thing that you need to explore is the options you need to explore in each and every tool. You use IACS, you use Ab initio, you use ODA, you use this one Snap Logic, you use Fivetran, use any of the ETL tool. You have to become master in one ETL tool. That's it. You're master in all the ETL tools. Only options will change here and there. That's it. And features will change here and there. That's it. Rest all would be same. At least you have to become a master in one ETL tool. It can be anything. I'm not saying that you have to become a master in only in the EDF part. If you're already becoming the master in the Alteryx, then you're good. If you're already master in the IACS, then you're too good. If you're already become master in the glue, then you're too good. At least you have to have one ETL tool knowledge to sustain in the market.
So which is the most used one ETL tool like in market as per the cost cutting or something they use?
I cannot comment on that one.
Okay.
That depends on the cloud that they are choosing. That depends on the budget that they are thinking.
Okay.
Okay. I have seen the diversity here, I can say. Many ETL tools are used in many companies or many projects. Since I am from the Azure background and the like AWS background, I would say that ADF and the glue will be used. You can happily use that, no problem. Or if you want more flexibility, go with the third-party ETL tools. That is also okay. Okay, yeah. That's all, guys, for today. Like remaining things we'll discuss tomorrow. And one more thing, guys. Yeah, one second. Let me complete. Yeah, till this month, and actually we'll continue 1 hour sessions. Once we complete the once we are done with this October ending, right? Like we'll have 1.5 hour session. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all from my end. You have any questions, you can ask me now. Yeah.
So it's a general question. Suppose if I want to migrate from Teradata to Snowflake, so I got one requirement that I need to create the 100 tables which are already having in Teradata, but the same structure I need to create in Snowflake.
Yes,
but if I want to create manually, it is a tedious task, right?
Yes,
so
of course.
How can I create? Is there any tool which automatically convert Teradata schema to Snowflake schema?
Yeah, yes. Recently, Snowflake has launched that tool actually. Okay, which can convert the syntaxes of one database to Snowflake. Okay, let me show you that one. One second. Hold on. Since you asked that one, I'll show you that. Okay. Snowflake SQL connector. Recently, they launched it. Okay. Snowflake to SQL converter. Snow convert. This is the one actually. You can use this. See? The Snow convert RDBMS migration accelerator.
The same thing, Shiva? In real time also, we are using the same thing?
Recently, they launched it. I never used it, to be frank. Recently, they launched it. Very recently. Like I can say 3-4 months back only.
Earlier, whatever the teams who are working in conversion projects, so you are saying that they are doing manually for that?
Manually, yes. Using Python or any of the tools they were depending on. Now, Snowflake itself has launched that tool. They're clearly saying that right here. Convert your Oracle, Teradata, SQL Server code with ease to high impact automation. Even if you have stored procedures in SQL Server, right? Then you try to simply put it here in the migration tool, accelerator. It will try to convert that into Snowflake automatically. See, many things they are introducing, guys, slowly. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it free, Shiva?
It's a free one. It's a free one.
Oh.
See, they are saying here, it's a free.
Oh, great. Thanks, Shiva.
Can you show me the grant command?
Sorry?
Grant command.
Grant command, okay.
Yeah, why? Because I'm getting error like compute_wh is not available.
Yeah, you can use this.
Yeah. When I done that one, I'm getting compute_wh.
No, which role you're using here?
What should be happening?
Which role you're using?
System sysadmin.
No. You have to use account admin here.
Okay.
Only account admin can assign the role to other roles. account admin, and the other role is actually this one, security admin. Only these two roles will be used.
Sure, thank you.
You have to select that role here. Go here and select the account admin and start executing this command.
Okay. Okay, after that, this create database, everything will be like a normal one.
Normal commands only. Yeah.
Admin. We need to select any account on the top.
No,
Again.
you start selecting the sysadmin and start creating writing the commands here on top of it.
Okay.
Nothing is required. When you create a database, automatically your worksheet will point into that database and public schema by default. And if you create any schema, right, by default, your worksheet will be pointed to that particular schema.
Okay.
And if at all, if you want to select any other schema, you can go ahead and always select. You can change it at any point of time. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks, sure.
Thank you.